So, good morning everyone. I am Pujita and I am teaching you cryptography and network security. In previous class, we have started this subject and we have seen some basic things. We'll revise all those things and we'll go into the second topic of this unit. So, what we have seen. The definition of cryptography, network and security we have already seen in the previous class. Cryptography is a Greek word. So our subject cryptography is a Greek word which means study of encryption. And we have seen the definition of network as network is a group of computers interconnected and they are sharing some physical resource. And we have seen why we should provide security, what is the security, these all the aspects we have seen in the previous class. So we have discussed about textbooks. I told you refer William Stanley's Cryptography and Networks textbook and some reference books. Then we have seen what are the objectives of the course and outcomes of the course. And I have told you in unit 1 we have the topics like security goals, attacks, services and mechanisms, mathematics of cryptography. As a part of that, in security goals we have discussed confidentiality, integrity, availability. So first topic we have already completed in previous class, that is security goals. Nothing but security goals is also called as security requirements. Security requirements. So we have three security requirements: confidentiality, integrity, availability. This we have seen in previous class. So syllabus, all the 5 units we have, all the 5 units we have briefly discussed in the last class. 6th unit is about security. So next we have seen what is security. I have told you people commit to a disciplined practice. Committing to a disciplined practice is nothing but commit to a disciplined practice. Nothing but don't perform any hacking things or don't perform any hacking like activities to your friends' accounts or to your college accounts. Next we have seen the 3 basic important definitions. We have seen cryptography, cryptanalysis and cryptology. Cryptology is the combination of both cryptography and cryptanalysis. Our main subject cryptography is science of encryption. Cryptanalysis is nothing but breaking that encryption. So these are very important things. This also we have seen in the last class. Plain text is nothing but hello, original message. Converting this original message into some other form is nothing but encryption or encipher. That is ciphertext. Original message is plain text. Converting that plain text into ciphertext is encryption or encipher. That converted message will be ciphertext, and converting that ciphertext again into plain text is decryption. These and all also we have seen in the last class. Yes, I have explained this. You should remember all these things every day. I told you the formula for generating ciphertext and generating plain text. Formula for generating ciphertext is encryption of plain text comma encryption key. Formula for generating plain text is decryption of ciphertext comma decryption key. This also we have seen in the last class. Yes, we are going to discuss about security attacks now. Security attacks, security services, security mechanisms, all these are invented by some organizations, and that organization full forms you have to know. And we have discussed about NIST, National Institute of Standard and Technology, and Indian Organization for Standardization, ISO, and main important thing is ITUT, International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication. These are the organizations and these are the logos of that organizations, and security attacks, mechanisms, services are invented by these people. So directly coming into the point, this you already know. What is this triangle? This triangle is known as CIA trade. See here it is, CIA trade. Confidentiality, integrity, availability, CIA trade. These 3 are nothing but security goals. This we have discussed in previous class. Now, actually coming into the security aspects, I have already informed you, you should provide security for everything in this world. You should provide security for your file. You should provide security for your laptop, for your network, internet, everything. These are the security aspects we have. Providing security for computer, providing security for your network, and providing security for internet. You should provide security for file, for your data, for your computer, and finally you should provide security for your network also. So group of computers is a network, group of networks is a internet. This also we have seen. This is what I have told you in the previous class. Like for CIA, for CIA, they have additionally added authentication, authorization and non-repudiation, and that is converted as CIAAN. Basically, CIA is the requirements or security goals. Further, they have added CIAAN, that added things are authorization, authentication, non-repudiation, that we will see in the upcoming units. So this is about security goals. What we have discussed, confidentiality is nothing but sending our data to only authorized user. Integrity is nothing but trust. We should maintain a trust between sender and receiver. Confidentiality is nothing but finding out that our data is given to only authorized user. Integrity is nothing but if sender want to send some data to receiver, believing that only receiver is received the data. Availability is nothing but assurance. See, you can see here, confidentiality is one security goal, integrity is another security goal, availability is third security goal. Availability is nothing but sender and receiver should be always available to each other in an authorized manner. If I am the sender and you are the receiver, we both should be always available and there should not be any late. The meaning of the word denial is late. All these concepts are previously discussed, but you should remember all these things if you want to go into attacks. So confidentiality, integrity, availability are the requirements and we should always gain these if we want to provide security. This is the example to show the goals itself. Here you should remember, if Alice is the sender, if Alice is the sender and Bob is receiver, this Eve is attacker. So what you should remember, always sender and receiver should be available to each other. If sender want to send any data to receiver, that should be confidential and integrity between Alice and Bob should be maintained. Apart from all these things, this Eve should not have any eye on Alice. Then we can tell encryption and authentication are achieved. The attacker should not have any eye on Alice. So here you should remember, everything in this world should be secure but not more secure. So I told you from the book Art of War, there is a sentence. It is very important in cryptography. See here, you should, the Art of War will teach us you not to rely on the livelihood of enemy, not to coming, but on our own readiness to receive him. So the Art of War is the book. From this book, cryptography has many things. What we will gain from this book is, we always should accept enemy. We should be in a position that we are ready to accept enemy, we are ready to face the challenges, and we should never be in a position that nobody should attack our data. Yes, there is a chance somebody will attack your data and you should be in a position to solve all those things. This is from the book Art of War. So till here we have discussed in the last class. So now we will see what are the examples for security requirements. As I already told you, security requirements are also called as security goals. And what are the security goals we have? Confidentiality, integrity, availability. In addition to that, CIA is converted into CIAAN. That AAN is nothing but authentication, authorization and non-repudiation. So we will see example further. See confidentiality. What is the meaning of word confidentiality? For whomever you want to give some data, you should give that data to only that person. If I want to send you CNS material, I should send CNS material only to you. If I want to give leave letter, I should give leave letter to only HOD sir. See the difference? I want to send leave letter, I want to send CNS material. If I want to send CNS material, that CNS material should be given to only students. Students are only the authorized persons for CNS material. So confidentiality example is student grades. So you have written an exam and you got some marks. Your marks should be given to only you. Confidentiality is nothing but whoever is the authorized person for that data, for them only we are giving that data. Integrity is nothing but checking whether the person who received data is genuine or not. See example, patient information. In a hospital, patient information is given to only that particular patient. If patient name is Bob, he has tested for corona. That corona report of Bob should be given to only that Bob. So example of integrity. Integrity is nothing but trust building. Example of integrity is patient information. So confidentiality. To only right person we should send data. So student information is always given to students. Integrity. Particularly we should identify the receiver. So patient information will be good example for integrity because that particular patient report only given to that particular person. Next, availability. For availability example what they have given, authentication service. See, I want to send Gmail to you and you want to give me reply in Gmail. If we both want to communicate, first we both want to check for authentication. Am I genuine sender? Are you genuine receiver? Checking of the genuinity is nothing but authentication. I want to send an email or I want to send a WhatsApp message. You people want to give me reply in WhatsApp or Gmail. Before that what we have to do, I am the sender, you are the receiver. We both should decide that we are genuine to each other. Checking the genuinity of sender and receiver is authentication check. For availability we have authentication service example. And next one is authenticity itself. For that admission ticket is given as example. See, if you want to book a movie ticket from your GPay or PhonePe, then it will ask you for OTP or I am not robot, all these things. Those are the examples, nothing but it is checking your authentication. I am booking some movie ticket and I want to pay online transaction I want to do. What it will do, am I the that bank account holder or that is my account or not? Who is going to pay the money? Everything online they will check. That is nothing but admission ticket. If you want to book a bus ticket, flight ticket or you want to book a movie ticket or you want to do any online transaction, before doing online transaction from any app like Google Pay or PhonePe, there will be a authenticity test like one-time password, OTP and all. Why we are getting one-time passwords? Why we are having authentication check? To minimize the attacks. So if you want to minimize the attacks, we should check the authenticity. So if I want to book any ticket, I should prove my authenticity that I am the genuine person. So final one is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation is nothing but having proof. Having proof. Proof of origin and proof of destination. So non-repudiation is nothing but having proof for everything. What proof we should have? For origin we should have proof. For destination also we should have proof. If sender is the origin and receiver is the destination, sender also should have a proof that he sent data. Receiver also should have a proof in the form of acknowledgement. You have already studied the subject like computer networks. In computer networks we will have the topic of acknowledgement. Both sender and receiver should have some proof. Proof in the form of acknowledgement also sometimes. Non-repudiation is nothing but having proof. What proof we should have? Proof for origin and proof for destination. Origin is nothing but sender. Destination is nothing but receiver. So these are the examples of security requirements. Nothing but security goals. So next we are going to have the basic definitions. What definitions we should know? Attack, threat. Then vulnerability and control. What are the definitions we should know? Attack definition, threat definition. What do you mean by control? We should know. See here I have given confidentiality, integrity, availability or the security goals. What threat we have for them? I have mentioned here. Once we will see what are the attacks, threats and controls, then we will come back to this. So what is the attack? Somebody causing damage to your data is attack. So what is threat? You are predicting that before itself is nothing but threat. Threat can be a harm. Threat can be a harm, or threat is nothing but predicting the attack before itself. So we'll see that. See, these are the textbook given definitions. For threat and attack, these are the pre-described textbook given definitions, and you should define them as threat, attack. Attack is nothing but assault. A-S-S-U-L-T. What is the meaning of asset? Asset is nothing but property. Somebody will have gold as a property. Somebody will have land as a property. Somebody will have data as a property. So asset is nothing but property. Everybody will have their own property. For somebody there can be data, can be a property. If somebody causing damage to your asset, that can be attack. Violation of security rules, damage to your data, all these things can be attacks. See here, violation of security, that is a threat. Threat is exploit of vulnerability. Vulnerability is nothing but weakness. See here, the meaning of the word vulnerability is weakness. I want to provide security for my cell phone, but I don't have the face recognition possibility. That can be a vulnerability. I want to provide security for my cell phone. We can provide security for cell phone with the help of PIN, password, pattern. But I don't believe in PIN, password and pattern. I want to provide security for my cell phone with the help of face recognition. If my phone doesn't support that face recognition, that is vulnerability. Vulnerability is nothing but weakness. Now exploitation of vulnerability is threat. Threat is nothing but before itself we are assuming that attack may happen. That is nothing but threat. Threat can be a violation of security. Threat can be a harm. Threat is predefined or threat is predetermined. Threat can be defined as exploitation of vulnerability. Then what is vulnerability? Vulnerability is the weakness. What weakness example can I give? If you want to provide security for your phone but you don't have face recognition possibility, that can be a weakness. So attack is nothing but causing damage to your asset. Asset can be a property. For somebody, that property can be data. If there is a damage for your asset, that is attack. For threat and attack, you need to write the pre-described textbook definitions. Violation of security rules, damage to data, exploitation of vulnerability, causing damage to asset. All these things you have to write. So, I have told you about OSI. See, previously I have told you about OSI. When we are discussing about ISO and standard organizations, I have told you about OSI model also. See here, what are the security aspects we have? Security attack, security mechanism and security service. These are called as aspects of security. So security attack, security mechanism and security services. These three are called as aspects of security. Who are the people invented all these things? ITUT. International Telecommunication, Union Telecommunication. Those have invented X800 architecture. In that architecture we are going to use protocols. So ITUT. International Telecommunication, Union Telecommunication. These invented X800 architecture. In this architecture we have protocols. In these protocols we have security aspects that are nothing but these. So International Telecommunication, Union Telecommunication have invented X800 architecture. That architecture will have protocols. In that protocols we will have aspects of security. Aspects of security are nothing but security attack, security mechanism and security service. So first we will see what are the security attacks. So we have two types of security attacks, passive and active. In English language also we have active voice, passive voice. So in English language we have active voice and passive voice. What do you mean by active voice? If A is directly talking to B, that is active voice. If A is telling something to C and C is telling to B, that is passive voice. In general English we have two types of voice, active voice and passive voice. If A is directly talking to B, that is active voice. If A want to talk to B, but he is telling it to C and C is telling to B, that is passive voice. Two people communicate directly, active voice. Two people communicate indirectly with the help of third person, passive voice. So in attacks also we have security attacks. Security attacks are of two types, passive and active. So here what we can tell? Sender we have, receiver we have. Sender want to send receiver some data. Okay. If modification of data is there, then it is active. Sender want to send some data to receiver. So there is a modification on that data, that is active attack. If sender want to send some data to receiver, no modification on data. This is passive. So security attacks is of two types, active attack and passive attack. When sender is sending some data to receiver, if there is a modification of data, that is active attack. If there is no modification of data, that is passive attack. See, you can see here, Bob want to send data to Alice, but this message is also read by Darth. So it is passive. There is no modification. Bob want to send something to Alice, but the same message is seen by Darth also. But no modification. So it is passive attack. If there is no modification on data, that is passive attack. Bob want to send data to Alice, but the same data is seen by Darth also, just seen. Darth just seen, no modification. So it is passive attack. But see here, Bob want to send some data to Alice, but Darth changed the data. See, Bob want to send some data to Alice, but in between Darth is the attacker. So sender wants to send some data to receiver, but in between attacker is modifying that data, so it is active attack. Sender want to send data to receiver, no modification, just message is seen, passive attack. Sender want to send data to receiver, but attacker changed the data in between, it is active attack. Hope you understood this. Security attacks are of two types, active and passive. If there is no modification on data but just seen, that is passive attack. If there is modification of data by attacker, that is active attack. So we'll see what type of attacks we have or what type of threats we have, and whether it is active or passive, we will see now. So see here, types of threats we have four: interception, interruption, fabrication, modification. So four types of attacks we have: interruption, interception, fabrication, modification. These are the four types of attacks. Interruption is nothing but sender want to send some data to receiver, but it is interrupted by attacker. This is passive attack. First one is interception, second one is interruption, modification and fabrication. First we are seeing interruption. Interruption is nothing but sender want to send some data to receiver, but that is interrupted by attacker. So this is passive attack because no change in data. So first we are seeing interruption. Interruption is nothing but sender want to send some data to receiver, that service is interrupted. So no modification of data, so it is passive. So interruption is passive attack. So second one, interception. What is interception? Sender want to send some data to receiver, but here attacker will also see that. But no modification, no change in data. So it is also passive. So So interruption also can be a passive attack because no change in data, just sender wants to send data to receiver, same data is seen by attacker also. Sender want to send hi message to receiver, this hi is seen by attacker also, but no change in data, so it is also a passive attack. So next one is modification. Next one is modification. We have sender and receiver also. Sender wants to send message to receiver, but it is taken by attacker, and attacker will send the modified text. I want to send good luck message I want to send, but attacker what he will do? Good look he will change. See, sender want to send good luck message to receiver, but attacker is changing that good luck into good look. It is active attack. It is active attack. Sender wants to send good luck message to receiver, but what attacker is doing? This good luck is modified into good look. So it is the active attack and it is modification. Interruption is nothing but just stopping the data before reaching the receiver. Interception is nothing but reading the data what sender want to send to receiver, attacker also reading that data. So these two are passive. Modification is active. Why modification is active? Sender want to send good luck message to receiver, but attacker will come in between and transform that good luck into good look. So it is active attack, there is a modification. So next one is fabrication. So fourth one is fabrication. Fabrication is also a fabrication. Fabrication is also a active attack. Fabrication is also a active attack. Why fabrication is an active attack? Sender wants to send message to receiver, but that message is taken by attacker. Sender wants to send good luck to receiver, but attacker will take that good luck and will send. But attacker will take that. And will send bad luck. So sender want to send good luck message to receiver, but attacker is coming in between and he is sending bad luck message. It is fabrication and it is also active attack. If there is a modification of data, it is active attack. If there is no modification of data, it is passive attack. Modification and fabrication are active attacks. Why modification and fabrication are active attacks? There is a modification of data. In fabrication, what is going to happen? Sender want to send good luck message, but attacker will send message as bad luck to receiver. So good luck is fabricated into bad luck, so it is also a active attack. So see now, interruption, interception, passive. Modification, fabrication, active. So, four kinds of threats we have: interception, interruption, modification, fabrication. In that, two are passive, two are active. These passive, active are nothing but attacks. If there is no modification of data, passive. If there is modification of data, active. So, this is the example. You can see here. See here. First one, interruption. What is happening in interruption? A, B. We are blocking here. A should not send message to B. That is interruption. Next one, interception. See here. A, B. Middleman is coming here. Interception. What happening in interruption? We are blocking the message from A to B. What is happening in interception? Middleman, attacker came here. Attacker is coming between these two. What will happen in modification? This is A, B. B will receive the modified message from middleman. Here attacker is called as middleman. So what's happening in fabrication? We have A want to send message to B, but instead of A, middleman is sending. In modification, The message sent from A is modified by middleman and sent to B. In modification, the message sent by A is modified by middleman and sent to B. Middleman is nothing but attacker. In fabrication, middleman itself sending the message. This is the difference you have to understand. In fabrication, middleman only sending message to B. In modification, the message sent by A is modified by middleman and sent to B. These two differences you have to understand. In modification, middleman is nothing but attacker. Middleman is nothing but attacker. In modification, attacker modifying the message sent by A. Attacker A, B. So what this attacker will do? Attacker is modifying. Modification of see here, middleman is nothing but attacker. In modification, attacker is modifying the message sent by A. But what will happen in fabrication? In fabrication, attacker only sending the message. This you should understand. In interruption, we are blocking the service. In interception, middleman knowing the conversation. He is just seeing. In modification, attacker going to modify the message sent by A. In fabrication, attacker itself sending the message to B. So these are the 4 types of attacks we have. These are the 4 types of attacks we have. So remaining we will see in the next class. So we will see the summary what happened till now. We have seen some definitions like plain text, ciphertext, encryption, decryption, cryptography, cryptanalysis and cryptology. Definitions are very much important in cryptography. You should know every basic definitions. What are the standard organizations? ISO, NIST, ITUT. What are the types of security goals? Confidentiality, integrity, availability. What are the security aspects? Security service, security mechanism, security attack. Then what are the security types of attacks we have? Passive attack and active attack. In that, what are the 4 types of threats we have? Interruption, interception, modification, fabrication. Every detailed information you should know till now. In next class, we will see what are the actual security active and passive attacks and what is the difference between them. What is the difference between attack and threat? We will see in the next class. What are the actual cryptographic attacks? We will see in the next class.